have to go with a decision, and you have to be committed to it. It was the wrong decision.
And then there were two. The #1 seed, Anthony Simonsen, taking on Kyle Troup. Kyle Troup looking for his first U.S. Open title. All he has to do is beat the human toolbox, the Swiss Army knife for professional bowling, and maybe the best in the world, Anthony Simonsen. Well, it's tension time now. That trophy right there in the foreground is going to be held by one of these men. Will it be Anthony Simonsen again, or will it be Kyle Troup for the first time in the U.S. Open? Will he double his major total to 2? And some interesting strategy, of course, from Simonsen apparently is planned here. And we'll get to that right after Kyle's opening shot. Simonsen with the higher seed is going to start Kyle on the left lane. This is going to be an uninterrupted final. Continues on the positive side for Kyle Troup.
A 13-time PBA champion with 5 majors, the 2022 U.S. Open champion, Anthony Simonsen.
Say this about Anthony Simonsen: there's never a dull moment.
Look where he's playing. Wow.
And look out. That is a bizarre combination. 4-8-10.
Playing right of second arrow with reactive ball we have not seen the entire day.
We'll rule out him making it. Here's the tail of the tape with these two super talents. Good buddies too, 5 years age difference. Obviously same with pros. Titles belong to Simonsen and the majors belong to Simonsen as well. All right, so we got a little equipment issue here, Anthony. Anthony, it's the second time I called you a player's name today, Randy.
You can call me whatever you want. Oh my goodness.
Boy.
Yeah, so Simonsen using a gem on the right lane and an idle on the left lane. On the PBA Tour, this bowling ball here is not approved, but this is a USBC event, and therefore it is legal.
So can he slide the 4 over? No, and so back-to-back open frames for the #1 seed to start this match after Kyle Troup opened with a solid strike.
And the reason for the ball not being approved on the PBA Tours is that ball was been manufactured over 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, there have been some adjustments over the last year or two in equipment news and noise. Double. And Kyle Troup, this is a Sunday stroll for him right now.
I mean, this is starting to take the same kind of shape, isn't it? Who would have thought that Jason Belmonte, winner of 15 majors, would shoot 157? I get it. They're hard. It is the U.S. Open. I understand that. But you would never in your life would think that Jason would shoot 157, and then no. Simonsen steps up and goes back-to-back open frames to start the title match.
Kyle has very close friends here, in addition to his dad. Bang! You could call that 5 feet before it hit the pins. Along with Kimberly Pressler, I'm Dave Lamont, and the man celebrating his silver anniversary as the signature voice of the PBA, Randy Peterson, is here. Congratulations on that 25th, my friend.
Thank you.
Honored to have been a small part of that.
Well, yeah, it's been an honor to work with great people like yourself over the years. It's been truly an honor.
There you go. Simonsen kick save and a beauty on the 10-pin.
Six-pin sidewall, snaps the 10 out. It's exactly what Simonsen needs. He needs a lot more of those to get back into this, and it's only through 3 frames. There's his match play record, 18-6. But I mean, he completely dominated this event.
And suddenly he's found the right way to do it.
Since round 3, he never relinquished the _1 spot. Just right a second arrow.
All right. So he gave away a couple of frames. The problem is the guy he's bowling isn't giving anything out right now. This guy is the Grinch. Not quite Grinch green there, but I'm sure he's got that in the closet somewhere. Well, even that shot was near perfect for Kyle. He just got a terrible break.
Good shot, bad break, 6-pin around the 10. Remember, Kyle has not missed a 10-pin the entire tournament. And this being his 60th game.
That's right. Well, he told us again, for those of you who missed it earlier, he missed a single pin early in the year. I think it was at Wichita. He said, I'm done with it now. That's my miss for the year. Those were his words. My miss for the year. Got it out of the way.
So I'm being told that he had a shot clock violation on his first shot.
Mm-hmm. But this being a USBC event, the rule on that is different. It is just like, okay, buddy, give us some money. It's going to come out of your check. There's no deduction for any other rule problems. The PBA is different, and then Messenger dropping off right before contact. Now, what would the PBA punishment be?
So it's a warning, and then after warning, your second violation is 0. It's almost like a foul. You get 0 for the shot. I think it's a great rule. It's a lot more penal, right? I mean, guys can just, stroke a couple $100 here and there for some shot clock violations, and now you can't do that.
No, I think it's a fantastic idea. The winner of this, by the way, is going to get $100,000. And if it's Kyle, that's going to be a very small bite on his wallet. But you know what? There's no guarantee it's Kyle. Very little difference now between these two after those 2 9 spares. Simonsen. Right. Oh my, the look on his face. He knows he didn't get the payout.
I would have liked to have gotten away with that one.
Well, another ring in 10. That's 3 in a row for both players. But now the other one for Kyle was a messenger. All right, I get that. But, I think that shot there was good enough to strike for Simo. And when he throws it there, it needs to strike. And you heard him say, I thought I got away with that one. 31, halfway through the title match.
In the background, you saw Kyle most likely communicating with his ball rep. A couple of hand signals. That's a pretty shot, yes.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Come on. Pretty good there. Look at the breakpoint board and the position of the arrows. Just a ½ inch right, a second arrow, and he's piping it. Again, an area of the lane we haven't seen any player attempt. Everybody's been kind of shaping it, arcing it. Kyle's been doing it the best thus far today.
Quick reminder, this match is going without any commercial interruption. And Kyle Troup just continues to split pins.
And the fans here in Indy loving it. This center just so iconic. The only center in the history of the PBA Tour to host all 5 majors.
You won here?
I won here in '99. You know, there's so many great people over the years. The late, great Jim Doty was responsible for so much of what went on here. And the fans, just absolutely fantastic. We always look forward to coming to Indy.
Sellouts both days. People were standing outside 3.5, 4 hours waiting to get in today for this show in 40-degree temperatures, which for them is probably very like shorts and t-shirt weather. Great look at that. Another perfect throw for Kyle Troup.
You know, we talked about Kyle finishing runner-up last year to E.J. Tackett. His father was a runner-up to Mark Roth in 1984 at the U.S. Open. Kyle would like to kind of undo that.
If this works out, maybe he'll give Dad a few minutes with the trophy. I bet he does. He's tight with his dad. He's a great guy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'd like to say, oh, no, and then have that happen.
You listen to some of the players this week when talking about Anthony Simonsen, and they're like, you know, he just does things that nobody else can do with a bowling ball. And it's incredible parts of the lane that he can play. He can throw it straight. He can throw it sideways. He can shape it. He can change his axis rotation. He can change his ball roll. He can change his tilt speeds.
He can also throw a pretty mean backup ball. Messenger goes underneath.
Well, with the exception of frame 1, he got unlucky in frame 2, leaving both the 4 and the 9.
Uh-oh.
And then a 10-pin in the 5th, and then that.
Kyle Troup's heart rate probably just jumped about 5%. To bring it down to stay cool.
It's like having 5 out of 6 winning lottery numbers and then realizing you looked at the ticket wrong. You got all 6.
Let me know when that happens, would you? And he continues to dominate.
That's how you do it. 54-pin lead, 2 frames to go, all but over. Kyle Troup looking for his 2nd major and 11th win on the tour. There's his dad.
He knows.
It's all but over.
Kyle's fiance is here. They were just engaged within the last 2 months on a cruise. Her children are here. In fact, if you've seen the shot of the adorable young lady with a Troup wig, that's one of Kyle's fiance's daughters. He's got a few folks here, but Guppy is the proud man right now.
Come on!
Everyone around here doing the math. Don't squash the throw, Kyle.
Well, Kyle, if he doesn't convert, still going to be in the 220s with 1 frame to go. It's all but mathematically over. Simonson's max score is 204.
And, all right, open frame for Troup, but I guess if you're going to get away with one, this is the time to do it. As you can see, he's going to need 2. I like his chances. 2
pins to win in the 10th frame is all Kyle Troup needs. That's if Simonsen strikes out.
Take a look right there. That's all you need to see.
It's over.
Yeah, it's been over. Kyle knows it. Simonsen knows it. This crowd knows it.
What a performance by Kyle Troup. Just hung in there, made shot after shot, grinded his rear end off, and earned a U.S. Open.
Well, the best part about this is he's going to get a 10th frame victory lap to get his pins. The satisfying moment of the match is sponsored by Snickers. Nothing. I'm getting choked up. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers.
Well, I remember the story about when Guppy would take Kyle to the bowling centers when he was little, and Kyle walking around bumming quarters off of all of Guppy's friends to play video games. And that's how it all started. Guppy's been there every step of the way through this brilliant journey with his son Kyle.
And the step he will never forget is this one that his son took here today. Title number 11, major number 2, U.S. Open number 1 for Kyle Troup. Going to get the victory lap he deserves. 56 games of exhausting qualifying on 4 different patterns. He had to beat Jason Belmonte. He had to beat E.J. Tackett before Belmonte, and now he's defeated Anthony Simonsen. A murderer's row on perhaps the greatest stepladder in the history of the sport. And at the top of that ladder will be Kyle Troup.
I've always felt that the U.S. Open was the hardest tournament to ever win on the PBA Tour. Oil patterns, amount of games, the field. Just brutally tough. And when you win a U.S. Open, man, does it feel good.
You too, brother.
It's always fun against you, man. You know that. Love you, pal.
A week's worth of grinding and grinding and grinding.
Thank you all so much. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, Kyle, remember you've seen those highlights of other people picking up the U.S. Open trophy? Now you get to be the highlight.
We did it, girl.
Incredible field, some crazy shots thrown, some scores I never thought I would have seen. But Kyle Troup was able to keep it together.
And now for the presentation of the trophy of the check and the green jacket. Here is Kimberly with our champion, Kyle Troup.
Kyle, you waited a long time for this, but let's start with that jacket right there. Jay Dairyman, USBC Board of Directors. Please do the honors.
Kyle, congratulations. On behalf of USBC and the DPA, congratulations. Good ball.
And then we have Jimmy Clapper, the general manager of the Royal Pin Entertainment, with your trophy. And then we have one more, Frank DeSocio, the executive director of the BPAA, with that check. I know you're going to want that right there.